Um, when we talk about improving education, we often place that responsibility entirely on schools. There's the talk of test scores, graduation rates, attendance, effectiveness of teachers, and it's as if those things only exist inside the school building. But issue one of the top 10 issues to watch in 2026 kind of pushed me to rethink that mindset because that was kind of my mindset. EdQuest Georgia, it makes it clear that schools can't solve the challenges alone. And honestly, we shouldn't be expected to, really. One of the main goals outlined in that plan is by 2033, 65% of Georgians between the age of 25 and 64 will earn a post-secondary credential. And that's a huge goal. And it also signals that it's not just a K through 12 issue either, that it's kind of a workforce issue that we have in our communities. And it's also a long-term quality of life issue for the state of Georgia. One thing that really stood out to me was the emphasis on cross-sector collaboration. In our schools, we rely heavily on data and guide our decisions to improve outcomes, but a lot of those barriers that students face don't actually begin or end in the classroom. Attendance issues, our wellness concerns, access to resources, teacher retention are kind of influence on factors that are outside our school walls. And EdQuest is pretty much saying that if these challenges are shared, then the solution needs to be shared too. Another part of the issue that stuck with me was the idea of meeting Georgians kind of where they are. The language kind of reminded me of differentiation in the classroom, and that not every student starts at the same place, and we adjust our instructions to meet each of those kids' needs. This plan applies that same thinking at the system level, though. Instead of assuming everyone has the same access or opportunities, EdQuest focuses on creating multiple pathways towards success. The issue itself doesn't really seem like a policy document. It's kind of like an invitation. It's inviting educators, policymakers, community leaders to kind of align our priorities, data, and resources. And if that alignment happens, success for our state, it doesn't stay limited to one school or one district. It becomes a statewide scale across the board. Anyways, EdQuest Georgia really challenges us to think beyond what schools can do alone and for us to imagine what's possible when all our systems work together and secure Georgia's bright future.